Next, actually, I want to discuss why doctor students tend to have a higher percentage of a depression rate. I have been, in this field for what, almost like 27 years. If I consider, when I started first at the Hong Kong University Science Technology program, then my 5 years at the Pitt, and I've been professor here at the UTSA for almost 20 years. I moved up later from assistant professor, associate professor. Typically, associate professor, you have tenure, then full professor, then to endowed chair professor. That's basically the highest rank you can get from an academic perspective. So for me, it has been quite smooth, at least for the doctor program. Well, when I was in Renmin University, actually, I did not have very smooth kind of appearance. So people say life, basically, well, it's kind of fair. You're going to face the challenge sooner or later, one way or another. Life is not smooth. So based on the UC Berkeley, they conducted a survey. I think it's probably 2020. And they basically asking the graduate students in the UC system, include not only UC Berkeley but also UC, UCLA, UC Riverside, UC San Diego. The UC system is what is like the flagship, the research university for the California public system. Then they have the Cal State, that's more kind of teaching. And what they found out is what? Almost 40%. 40% of the graduate students, indicate they have what? They have severe depression. So they actually have the definition. They have a scale, items to measure the depression. So if you are interested in, you can Google. You will find out. I think the key is basically, did you lose interest in the activity you enjoy? Like no interest in sex, no interest in food, and also you have people have what suicidal thoughts. Okay, that's the guy, the Chinese guy, the AC guy. So. Then I looking at my my career, like so at the UTSA, I have encountered what almost like 40. Because each year we take in about 2 or 3 students. So among the 40 students, I think we definitely have what about 30 or 40% students. They appears very serious depression, because some just mentioned like they're taking pills. Some actually quit the program. I don't remember anyone really committed suicide, but some of the department they have. So this is really serious issue. So what's the reason why this is happening? So I did some kind of research and also kind of thinking based on the interactions with my students. I think the key is what, because the doctor program are so different from all the programs one typically appears before. Like in your undergraduate program, in your even the master program, for example, the MBA program, typically the feedback you get is what? One get is kind of very positive. Is you're smart, you're doing well, which is true. That's why you get A's or A+. Those programs, they tend to what? Focus on learning. And basically, knowledge created by other people, then you try to understand, you try to digest, and then you try to apply to your context. So that's more kind of learning. But doctor programs are very different. Now your job is not learning. The job actually is what? The job actually is creating. So you need to come up with something brand new. So I will give you an example. In marketing, we have a well-known example called 80-20 principle. 80-20 of the 20-80. That means what? That means 20% of your customers they contribute to what? 80% of your sales, revenue, profit. These have been verified by many generations, many different categories. And if you have marketing major, you know that's very important. I used to be in the beer business, and it's very important to understand what is 20% people, because they are so influential for your business. And in undergraduate program or the graduate program, and as a good student, what you try to learn, and then you try to apply. And if you're smart, then you figure out, okay, very quickly, see, okay, that's 20-80%. But what are the implications for my contacts? And how would I devise the marketing strategy? And how I plan a promotion, all the stuff. When you get to the doctor program, the game changed. Now, if you just repeat the 20-80 principle in different contexts, in different culture, that's not enough. You have to come up with something new. For example, you say, okay, no, actually the 20-80 principle will not apply, for example, for the radically new product. I'm just making up. And then you need to prove. That's not something easy. Actually, sometimes it's quite difficult. Remember, to get tenure, you need to what? You need to actually provide or offer quite a few really fundamental original research, basically original ideas no one has explored before, and you're the first one. Remember, the key part is what? You have to go through that peer review. Like, these people are very critical. They are just like you. They have got what? They have got their PhD, and their training is basically say, okay, whenever you read a paper, don't believe it, don't trust it, and you're going to ask tough questions. Basically, that alternative explanations, and they will, and that's just the nature of the game. So the implication is what? You tend to get a very negative feedback, a very critical feedback. I'll give you guys talk about, like, the American football is so popular in American culture. It's because Americans believe in what? Believing in competition. Many times it's cutting throat. It's basically they feel like beat you, just beat anyone. That's very important for what? For their testosterone on your level. So this negative feedback is one key feature of the doctor program. Another one is what? Another one is just the game is tough. I mentioned, like, we have about what, 5,000 some professors like me. We're under pressure, or you either you just want to publish in a top journal, and the reason because it's called the research school or the tier 1 university or the doctor program. You're under pressure, under what is called AACSB, accreditation kind of pressure to produce. We have any kind of evaluation. It's not like other people outside. They don't understand the tenure. So you get tenure, you just set. It's not. The pressure is constant. So one key that evaluation criteria is about what? About your ability to publish is called the leading journals. The leading journals are top journals. For example, in our field, we have about 5,000 people, and how many articles they publish each year in our leading journals? Less than 400. You can see what's the rate. And also we have what this 2080 principles. It's basically even among that 400 articles, and you still follow what like the 80% of the articles we publish by the 20% of the leading scholars. Those people like in the top places. So it's a very high rejection rate. And these are the key reasons why doctor programs are different, and why people tend to get kind of frustrated or you get negative feedback. Molly. The game is just different. By the way, depression, I think, is why people get depressed. There are many other explanations, or many other factors, or basically many other causal factors, in addition to like the negative feedback. For example, lack of sunlight, lack of exercise, sleep, insomnia, competition pressure. There's lots of factors. So some people see actually this is the kind of price we pay for the modern life we have. We're going to start here.